Hi there, I'm Vincent Bos, and I'm a life coach, relationship coach, and breakup coach. You can change the language of this podcast in the YouTube video settings. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing your ex tests you secretly. I provide audio coaching for breakup recovery, trying to get an ex back, attracting someone new, and life coaching. Visit www.dateme.tips for more details. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. Subscribe to my weekly support emails. The link is in the description. So now let's get back into today's podcast. And today we are discussing your ex tests you secretly. So if you have been dumped and want to try to get your ex back, you might be surprised to know that they are testing you. In today's podcast, I'll be discussing 3 secret tests that your ex is setting you. So let's get straight into this, and point number 1 is, will you respect them? Now let me know in the comments if you think that your ex is testing you. Let me know in the comments and let's see what the community thinks. And point number 1 is, will you respect them? Will you, as a dumpee, respect your ex-dumper? And you might be listening to this and thinking, well, they've just ended the relationship. They've broken my heart. They haven't respected me. So how dare they set me this test? And why should I respect them? After the way they've treated me, why should I care? Why should I respect them? Well, if you are a dumpee who wants to try to get your ex back, you need to respect your ex's decision. And even if you don't want to get your ex back, you absolutely need to respect it as well. And the reason for this is because you need to be a good human being. Now, from your own personal perspective, if you want to get your ex back or find someone even better than your ex, you need to be coming across as someone who is respectful, as someone who is stable-minded. Now, if we look at this more broadly and we consider the potential legal ramifications for if you don't respect your ex's decision, well, unfortunately, dumpees, you could get yourself in a lot of trouble, depending, of course, in what regard you don't respect their decision. So let's just look at this in a clearer way. Your ex-dumper has ended the relationship. What that means is they are saying they no longer want to be in a romantic relationship with you. Now, sometimes a dumper will still try and maintain a friendship. Now, I don't suggest you accept a platonic friendship if you want romance with someone. It doesn't mean you have to be rude about it. But if you accept a platonic friendship, if you get friend-zoned, then you must understand that they will eventually date someone else, and you have to be cool with it while still being friends with them. Now, you, I doubt, really don't want that. You don't want this, so you can't be in a position where you are friend-zoned, because that is not going to help you. But again, you still should be respectful in how you decline this, saying in your own words, look, I just don't think a friendship would work for me in this regard, so, best of luck, or however you want to describe it and say it, just be as calm and respectful as you can. Now, if we consider that your ex-dumper doesn't fall into the category or whether they want to be friends with you, then what that means is, unfortunately, they don't want anything to do with you right now. They don't want to see you, they don't want to speak with you, they don't want to hear from you. They've ended the relationship, they've walked away. Now, this doesn't mean you can't get your ex back, but you also can't be assuming that you will. Sadly, some dumpees won't get their ex back, but some will in the future, irrespective of how the breakup took place and what has been said. However, it is still important that you respect the words and the decision that your ex has said. So even though there is a chance in the future you might reconnect with them, this isn't something where you can be saying, well, I know we're going to be getting back together eventually, so why waste the time? Let's just get back together now. You can't be doing that. Firstly, because it sadly might not happen, but secondly, your ex-dumper has to feel romantic emotional attraction towards you to the necessary high point of where they want to be with you in a romantic way. just as you need that level to be with them. Now, at the moment you do. You have a high level of attraction towards them. That might change. Just as your ex-dumper's low level, which we are feeling right now, that might change as well. But when we go back to the point of today's podcast, the fact that your ex is testing you secretly, one of the secret tests is whether you respect them. Because ironically enough, if you want to get your ex back, you almost need to respect and let them go, because this will prove to your ex-dumper that you have a stable mindset, that you aren't needy, that you aren't someone who's going to be causing emotional problems for you or them in the future. If you can stay stable-minded, if you can live your life for you and not your ex, if you can respect their decision, then you are proving that you are listening to your ex-dumper, you are respecting them, and you have a stable mindset. So that's almost 3 things that can be proven in this one test. If you don't respect their decision, if you keep texting, calling, knocking on their door, waiting outside where they work, if you keep doing these things, you are likely going to be annoying your ex-dumper, frustrating them, and you will be failing the test, which means you won't get your ex back. If you are annoying someone who is already feeling a low level of attraction towards you, what do you think is going to happen? Is it going to make them feel good things about you, or is it going to make things even worse? And as I said at the beginning of today's podcast, unfortunately, in certain instances, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble if you don't respect your ex's decision. If you keep pestering, if you keep trying to have conversations with your dumper, even though they've made it clear they don't want to, then it could get to the stage of where they contact the authorities. Now, this is something that nobody wants to happen. You don't want to see yourself as a criminal, but sadly, it sometimes takes place. If the dumpee won't take no for an answer, you're not just annoying your ex, you might be scaring them. You might be making them feel really, really worried and uncomfortable to the point of where they report you. And if you then get yourself a criminal record on the back of this, not only won't you get your ex back, but you'll find it very hard to get a new boyfriend or girlfriend ever again in the future, because who is going to trust someone who is showing this level of insecurity, this level of disrespect? And that's what it is. It is disrespect. You are not listening or caring for what they are saying. Yes, they've hurt you. Yes, they've broken your heart. But you need to be the bigger person here. It's not tit for tat. You can't just say, well, they've hurt me, so I'm going to hurt them. That doesn't make you a good person. It's certainly not going to help you get your ex back, and it could get you in a lot of trouble. So now let's get into point number 2 and the second point of today's podcast. Please give this video a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like my content, subscribe to the channel to keep updated. And point number 2 is the trajectory test. Now, this is a test that your ex-dumper will be putting on you in secret without you knowing that they are monitoring how you are living your life. Now, when we consider a trajectory test, we have to recognize that you could go in multiple directions post-breakup. You could go along the way you were in your life, living the life that you were living during the breakup itself. And although you might think, well, that was okay for me, and that's fine, if that is how you want to live your life, you have to understand that your ex-dumper didn't believe that the way you were living your life was something that they wanted to be a part of. So yes, of course, it is up to you how you live your life, but if you want your ex back, you need to consider that the way you were living it was not compatible with what they wanted. So the trajectory test is your ex-dumper looking from afar about how you live your life post-breakup. Now you might think, well, how do they do this? Well, there are a whole manner of ways. There is social media, whether this is your social media or people you spend time with, friends, work colleagues, family members that might mention you, that your ex-dumper could see, read, view, find out information about you online. Additionally, there is the in-person connections, the mutual friends, the people that know both of you. This information can be passed on. On top of this, Your ex-dumper might have unique ways where they can find out information about you. Now, I'm not saying that every single dumper is doing research and study into every single one of their dumpees, but what I am saying is it happens often. So if you believe that your ex has gone off into the sunset, has never thought of you once, has never considered what you might be doing now, has never once checked social media, has never asked anybody about what you might be doing, I would suggest it is very unlikely that your dumper would live their life where they never have any wonder about you, and therefore they will be testing you to see how you proceed. What will be your trajectory? Will you continue your life as it was during the breakup, maybe slightly previously and now beyond? As I've said, that's good for you, but it's clearly not good for your ex-dumper. Now, will you unfortunately go downwards? So not only are you in a position where your ex doesn't want to be with you, but now your life goes off the rails and goes downwards. You don't feel energized anymore. So you start to become an unhealthy weight because you're not exercising, you're not eating healthy, you're not looking your best, you are not having the best health. Are you maybe in a situation now where you no longer have a job? You couldn't find the desire to do your best work and you get fired. Okay, this sadly sometimes happens. All of a sudden you don't have a job. All of a sudden you don't earn enough money to stay in the place where you were living. Your life is on a downward trajectory. Now that is very sad and worrying for you, but also from a perspective of your dumper, do you really think that is going to attract them back? Do you really think that they're going to be thinking, oh, I dumped my ex for dumpee when they was in this situation, and now they're actually even worse. They're now a version 0.5, a version 0.5 of themselves, and I dumped the version 1. Is that really going to help you, dumpees? No, it isn't. So what you need to do instead is pass this test, and that is by living your life in a way where you are a better person today than you were yesterday, a better person tomorrow than you are currently today, in all ways, in all areas, in all aspects, and becoming a version 2.0 of yourself. Which if you pass this test, if your ex-dumper finds out that you are healthier, you look more physically attractive because of that, you're living your life to the full, you're improving yourself in different ways. It doesn't have to just be about your work life, but it could absolutely be involving your job and what you do for work. It could be creativity. It could be anything and everything. If you're improving your life and your ex-dumper finds out about it, you will pass this test and be a step closer to one day reconnecting. Now, if you would like advice and support about how to try and increase the chance of one day getting your ex back, then you may want to consider my audio coaching service, where me and you can speak one-on-one about your unique specific situation. This is the best and diamond level of support that I can provide. Go to my website www.dateme.tips for more information about how I can become your coach and your teammate via my audio coaching service. Talking about your feelings can also improve your mental health. It helps prevent the buildup of negative emotions, which can lead to stress, anxiety, depression, and even physical health issues. Speak your heart to free your mind. So now let's get into point number 3 and the final point of today's podcast. If you feel that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description. And point number 3 is how will you react to changes? So this is the third secret test that your ex-dumper will put on you. And whether or not you get back together could really rely on how you behave when things change. How will you react to 2 main possibilities? Now, there are other possibilities, and I will speak about them in other podcasts, but right now we're going to be concentrating on a couple of important possibilities of when things change and how you react. The first of which is if you are unblocked. Let's say your ex-dumper blocked you. Very, very sad, very, very frustrating. Then they unblock you. You find out of this maybe by scrolling through the profiles on whatever social media or network this is on, and all of a sudden you see their profile photo or something which indicates you are no longer blocked. How do you react to that? Do you start bombarding them with messages? Do you start saying, hey, I've seen you've unblocked me, let's chat? Maybe you send a message in an angry way. Do you do that type of thing? Or do you concentrate on living your life for you? Now, if you reach out to your ex-dumper in any way, shape or form, as soon as you find out you're no longer blocked, that is likely to be a failed test. The reason is because lots of dumpers will unblock their dumpee when either they're starting to feel just a little bit more intrigue about them, starting to wonder, maybe I should reach out, maybe not. And if you jump the gun, if you almost prove that you still don't respect their decision, because the last you heard, they said, don't text me, and as soon as you can, you're now doing this again, you will fail that test. Another possibility is that your ex-dumper has blocked you, and they start to think to themselves, I'm going to unblock my dumpee because I want to see information about them. I want to view their profile photo. I want to read this or that about them. Whatever the network you're on, maybe they've unblocked you to find information out about you. Again, they're not actually ready yet to speak. And if you jump the gun once more by reaching out and messaging, good or bad, this is going to be a failed test. Let them contact you in their own time. Now, I said there was a couple of possibilities about what we're going to be speaking about today in how will you react to changes. And the other one I wanted to touch on is if your ex-dumper watches your story. If you find out they viewed your story, how do you react? Again, do you bombard them with messages? Hey, I saw you watch my story. Or do you concentrate on you growing as a person, becoming a version 2.0 of yourself and showcasing your best life to reattract them further to the stage of them reaching out to you properly? Because that would be passing the test. And if you instead notice they viewed your story, start messaging them, that unfortunately will likely be a fail.